Hello and welcome to the Elevate Show. Karibuni sana. Kila Wednesday we have amazing conversations along the one, the only Benjamin Zulu.
Thank you.
Zulu, uko salama?
Niko salama kabisa.
Hata mimi niko mzima kabisa.
Yes.
Today's conversation is around how life can change.
Yes.
All of a sudden, you're living a perfectly normal life, and then something happens, then that shifts for you. And you literally have to learn how to live your life in a completely different way. And today we have a mother, a single mom, raising her kids by herself, lost her vision, was not born without sight, but lost it. But then in the same way, with the challenges that come with that, lost the husband remarried, and you have all the challenges of trying to put your family together, raise your kids, and this time, you have no vision, the literal kind of vision. How do you even navigate that?
Yeah, Mwikali, some of the things are heart-wrenching. You hear them, you feel the pain vicariously.
Yeah.
I told you last time, one of the things I've wrestled for so long to accept is that every victor has had a battle that they could possibly have lost.
Yes.
You do not win in life before you are tested to the break. I read one author who said, it's doubtful whether God can use anybody greatly before he has broken them greatly. It's doubtful. And he said, God may have several sons without a crown because they didn't win, but he does not have any son without a cross because you don't come here before you are tested and nearly broken. And that, I used to think that is a narrow application to life. So I hoped silently that it's not a universal law because I did not imagine that I will also have a cross to deal with. Yeah. And then he said, the only people he has seen who don't go any far are those who have not wrestled anything. He said, the only people who don't have much pain to tell you are those who are so plain. Those sort of, and he said it's because they usually avoid, escape, surrender, give up, give in. And so he said, everybody you see in front of you inspires you with their talent, with their career, with their anything. He said, the next question, ask them, I wonder what you have had to wrestle with.
Absolutely.
Here are the challenges.
Yes.
There will be hatred, betrayal, alienation, setback. The other person, a person compiled Hollywood actors who are world-renowned and then telling us what's wrong in their life privately. People like Sylvester Stallone have a partial paralysis on their face. You used to think it's a swag he has. You know. Then mentioning people like the guy of Virgin Atlantic who was diagnosed dyslexic, you know. You know. People like Elon Musk who are extremely socially awkward. Yeah. And then he's now the face of so many companies that he needs to sell. He learned what kind of humor. He listed the kind of people they had to wrestle with to become who they are. Yeah. Showing us one of the guys there who we admire a lot. He does a lot of stunts. He jumps from buildings. He's in that kind of sector. One eye is almost completely blind. Then I saw he's always wearing glasses. You cannot tell, you know. And then you're listening and you pause in between because I wanted also to have that kind of career. That kind of success. Yes. Now that I hope, we all say, I dream for success. I want. What battle are you willing to wrestle? Today, I'm happy that one person has brought us their personal story to help us focus the torch on our own. Mikali, Kenya and Africa loves gossip. When one person fails, we come alive. Yes. You know, and we talk, we are abuzz, we are posting memes, you know, and this is a difficult word. You don't need to memorize it, but it's just called Schadenfreude. It's a technical word to say the joy you get in another person's failure. When person collapses, your brain rewards you because your lack of trial, the fact that you did not try, you did not come up has been validated. Yes. Those who tried that you did not try have failed. So those who attempt and then they get a scandal, they get everybody schadenfreude, a reward of So Africa, we love it that way when we have somebody we can chew who is falling down. Do you know anybody is attempting great things? Successful people do not rejoice at another person's failure. They come close to learn. Failures come close to laugh. Successful people come close to learn. When you hear a rumor, whether true or false, about a Mwikali or a Benjamin Zulu. The idiot was not trying anything. I knew it.
Too good to be true. We are waiting for the day.
Then anaenda online trending. Mwikali trending, Benjamin News. Then looking. Failures, they relish the release of not having tried, because those who tried have suffered failures. When we talk about a person who has struggled, divorce, they lost their health. And you know, I saw this research that was staggering, saying, is it 76% of men left when their wives got physical health challenges, and only 24% of women left when the husband got
not good,
you know, 3 times as much men leave when the wife is diagnosed. Women tend to stick when the husband is having challenges. Men don't tend to stick. Society tells them, if she can't give birth, just get another one. You know, if she's not able to, you know, you also need help. You're a great man not to have, you know.
A man cannot be alone.
The
Bible says.
When I was naive, I used to think you get those kind of challenges out here. Until I learned that even in your own inner circle, the women who surround your wife, when your wife has a problem, and I'm not saying everybody's a traitor, but I'm telling you the challenges will start coming from inside, from people who you did not expect. One lady said she was employed as a nanny, and the lady died. Unfortunately, things happened and the lady passed on. She said, suddenly, you know, the husband had been hitting on me. Now I thought I had found ready-made home, ready-made children, ready-made life, ready-made. So some of the people you're employing there, thinking we're lifting their life and helping them, they're hoping you disappear. They get ready-made. And so she jumps headlong. And I'm like, before even telling me the conclusion, this is recipe for disaster. You're too naive. If the person had hired you suffered catastrophe, you're supposed to remove yourself out of decency and say, unfortunately, my boss is no longer here and I cannot continue in this kind of climate. If you want anything with me, you come for me where I am, for me to negotiate a new arrangement. I can't just take a shortcut and come sit where another one suffered disaster. There are women who are cheating with married men here thinking, he told me it's me he loves. He does not love that older woman. She's forcing his actually a baby mama. They sleep in different beds. They are parting ways. They are filing divorce. He was forced. He trapped her with a child. You know, the women come up with stories to fight the other woman. And I was telling, wait here. And they said, before even telling me the conclusions, that's a setup for disaster. So now, the guy now is, you know, and they are spending the whole day in the bedroom doing whatever they were longing to do now. And a man, they went with all this bliss. And then he went and came with another woman and took to the same bedroom. Did the same. The woman was so embarrassed and harassed, and she left there saying, men are the same. Now she's now campaigner. What? Sons of Nebuchadnezzar. Now calling us names, you know. And I'm like, it's your gullibility that never changes. It's not men. It's the fact that you're so gullible. I'm just telling people, we are in a very predatory society where when people suffer health challenges, they lose their family. Those who come close to learn and say, I'm sorry. And one of the phrases my mentors told me, whenever you see another person collapse, just say silently, there but for grace go I. Told me, whenever you see a person who suffered sudden disaster, abandonment, divorce, don't become self-righteous. I knew. Say, there but for grace go I. Because Mikali, after you have done all you well, you married, right? The person you marry can change on you. After you've done your job, health can change on you tomorrow. You know, you suffer eyesight from things you did not even cause. You know, Mikali, when you see these kind of cases, let's come close and learn from that. It's particularly those who have healed enough to come here and tell us, talk to us. You know, those who have journeyed enough, and somebody said, God trusts his toughest battles with his strongest soldiers. And many times life is testing you because it knows you can move, you can win that, and said, you have been assigned this mountain to show others that it can be climbed. Just to remind us that, I'm sorry, if you're asking for success, please also prepare for battle. There's nobody who's exempted. In fact, I have now come to conclude that all successful people are like tea. They only secrete their essence when they're put in heat. When they're boiled in heat, that's when your essence comes out. And I've come to realize, we keep talking about lemon juice or whatever. For you to get juice, you have to squeeze that thing. You shall be squeezed. And somebody said, when life hands you lemon, ask for the recipe. So what am I supposed to cook with this? You know, so sometimes is to ask, what am I supposed to make with this? Some of us, it's only that it's too vulnerable to share, but rest assured, anybody you see whom you admire has a story that if you are handed, you will run away. Many times the battle starts before the victory. Many times the abandonment comes before the wonderful marriage. Many times the heartbreak comes before you find the true love of your life. Before the love of your life, you get the lesson of your life. The lesson of your life preserves, removes your foolishness. You know, some of you are going through the lesson and you're like, hey. And some of you even try to hold on to the lesson and you want to repeat the class. You know, if you refuse to pass the exam, you're asking for the same test to come back. Some of you keep dating the exam, dating the even now you're chatting with the test. Because we don't learn, we don't grow. We just blame and point fingers. I joked the other day, to conclude, telling women who reach 30s before marriage that they have just avoided their first divorce, you know?
Yes.
Statistically speaking. Statistically speaking, nearly 80% of people are going to marriage before they find who they are. They have either to divorce the marriage or divorce their dreams. Either to forfeit that thing they're calling love or to forfeit the life itself. To become a squeezed, shrinking fit for that person's insecurities. When you abandon who you are, you forsake who you are. When you don't learn you're meant to be a global woman and then you just date like a normal woman, thinking is humility. You'll end up with a person who cannot handle who you are and you have to become to what they think a wife is.
Yes.
I'm sorry that we have to listen to people pain and so close and we can't help them.
Yeah.
But they're trying to help us deal with our own.
Okay.
You may not narrate it, but please be equipped and stop judging those who are falling. When people make mistakes that you can learn from, some pains are self-inflicted.
Yes.
Come close and warn yourself. When people leave this door open, it's always attacked.
Yeah.
If Mwikali sees her friends bringing nieces, those girls who are so excited to come live in their houses, you know, saying, I know my people. Sometimes you know the one you married, you don't know the ones you're bringing, okay? Sometimes it's you know one person. Yes. you know, I know my man. You know your man, you don't know your women, okay? Sometimes we watch and you are warned. Let's use today's lesson to become both humble, compassionate, and strong in our own battles.
Absolutely. Let's give him a round of applause. And I have a question, of course, but I think probably we'll probably have a comprehensive answer after we've listened to this story because, like you said, strongest battles, strongest people, mountain can be moved and all of that. But how do I build that as a person? How do I get to the point of understanding this tough situation will end at some point? I might not probably get what I've lost, but I might just get better at other things. And not to assume or get ahead of ourselves, we'll have our guest join us immediately after the break. But ladies and gentlemen, help me introduce Lutina Adhiambo. Welcome back to the Elevate Show. The question we're asking you today in relation to the conversation we're having is, what do you hold on to when life takes away what you value the most? The question is, what do you hold on to when life takes away what you value the most? That is the question of the day. Indulge us on all our social media platforms. NTV Kenya is the handle to look out for. But right now, though, Lutina, wamesema kwa mtaa huko watu marafiki zake wanamuita Tina. So mkisikia Tina bado ni Lutina Adhiambo. Welcome to the show, Lutina.
Thank you.
Uko salama?
Nashukuru.
Umekuja peke yako leo? Umekuja na nani?
Nimekuja na sistangu. Nimekuja na chairman wangu.
Aha, hey. Tina, uko na chairman? Yes. Anaitwa nani chairman?
David Ogutu.
Aha, na dadako?
Dadangu anaitwa Evelyn Atieno.
Atieno, yes. Sawa. Tulikuwa tumeanza kuongelelea juu ya maisha yako na kabisa you lost your sight, ukuzaliwa bila the ability to see, but something happened. What happened ndio ukapoteza pengine vision?
Yes, asante sana, nashukuru. Kwa majina ni Tina. Nilizaliwa nikiwa mzima. But 2017 hapo June ndio niligonjeka kidogo, nikapelekwa hosi. By back then nilikuwa nafanya kazi. Yes, so kugonjeka kidogo nikapelekwa hospitali. Nikaangaliliwa na daktari akaniambia niende CT scan. So after that CT scan report ikarudi. Wakaniambia niko na shida kwa spine. So Daktari kaniambia nende nifanye MRI kurudisha ripoti. Nikaenda spine surgery 2018 December. So after that surgery a year later, the whole year 2019, nilikuwa tu sawa. So a certain day nilienda kulala nikiwa tu mzima. The following day kuamka nikapoteza eyesight. So ile kupoteza eyesight watu walikuwa wananiambia maybe itarudi. Unajua hiyo surgery ulifanywa maybe zile madawa ulikuwa unatumia ndio imefanya maybe imepotea, but with the time itarudi. Haikuwa hivyo.
Ulikuwa miaka ngapi hivi na ulikuwa pengine ushaolewa, uko na watoto?
Yes, nilishaolewa. Nilikuwa na watoto wawili. First born alikuwa amefanya KCPE, alikuwa anaenda form 1. Then mdogo alikuwa hapo around grade 3.
Okay,
yes.
Okay. So wakakwambia pengine ni madawa hivi, pengine ni madawa ama pengine surgery?
Yes.
2019 ama 2020 sasa?
2019. Because macho ilipotea 2019 tukielekea December. So tukaingia 2020. So nilikuwa nangoja kwa watu walikuwa wananiambia subiri tu itarudi, but haikurudi.
Na sasa hizi kazini kunaendaje? Ulikuwa unafanya kazi inahitaji?
No, by then sikuwa nafanya kazi juu after surgery niliambiwa ni poe kwanza cause mgongo haikuwa imepona bado.
Okay.
So bado nilikuwa nyumbani. Nilikuwa na watoto. Mkubwa alikuwa 8, mdogo alikuwa grade 3. Yes.
Okay. Haya, so sasa basi 2020 ndio tumefika. Bado unangoja sasa. Have you gone back to hospital kuambia kuna venye si yuko sawa, macho sioni, unaendaje?
Yes, after hiyo 2020 nilienda Kijabe because nilifanyiwa surgery Kijabe hospital.
Okay.
Nikaenda Kijabe, wakaniangalia, wakaniambia hawaoni issue yoyote. Because the whole after that surgery nilikuwa naenda clinic every month. Because vitu zilikuwa sawa nilikuwa naona. So hiyo 2020 nikaenda Kijabe, nikaona daktari wangu. Nikapelekwa kwa optical, wakaniambia tunaona macho iko sawa, kile kitu iko sawa. So after that wakaniambia niende CT scan. Nikaenda CT scan. Nikarudisha ripoti. Daktari kaniambia for now hatuoni chochote, but in case of anything tutakupigia simu, tutakwambia ukuje tukuangalie tena, kama issue iko tutakusaidia, ambapo haikufanyika. So hiyo 2020 kijana alikuwa na join form 1. Nikaamua wacha nimpeleke shule cause being nimekawia kwenda nyumbani, wacha niende na yeye. Nikaenda na yeye kumadmit form 1. Form 1 hiyo 2020 COVID ika strike. Yes. So the week ambapo nilikuwa nafanya nirudi Nairobi, barabara ikakuwa blocked. Imefungwa. So si kumanage kurudi Nairobi. So hiyo the whole year 2020 yote nilikuwa nyumbani. Cause wakati nilikuwa nyumbani watu wananiambia jaribu kienyeji, ikashindikana. Then nikaambiwa niende Greenwald. Iko Kisumu.
Wanafanya nini?
Wanadeal na herbal.
Okay.
Those iko in form of tabs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's ni Indian company wanadeal na herbal. So nilipoenda pale wakanifanyia scanning, wakanambia kenye tunaona kwako ni kama hakuna blood circulate vizuri kwa brain. But for now tutakupea tu madawa zingine kusaidie. So nilimeza hizo dawa zikunisaidia. Mwezi wa kwanza, wa pili, wa tatu, wa 4 haikunisaidia. Ndio hapo mid June wa mwaka. Mama mwingine akaniambia Sabata pia wanasaidia watu na macho. Unazaenda Sabata wakuangalilie. Nikaenda Sabata Kisumu, wakanirifa Vihiga. Nikaenda Vihiga. Wakaniangalia, wakaniambia hii kesi yako iko very unique, but hebu enda CT scan. Wakaniandikia request, nikakuja CT scan Avenue Kisumu. Nikafanywa Avenue, then the following day nikarudisha ripoti. Ndio wakaniambia you have a brain tumor.
Brain tumor.
Yes. Ndio maana uwezi ona juu tumor imelalia kwa optical nerves. So imenyang'anya optical nerves nguvu. That's why umepoteza eyesight.
So for the first time after going to hospital back to back, this is the first time wamejua shida iko wapi.
Yes.
Do they have a solution at this point? Wanajua pengine watakusaidia aje?
Yes, after the report, the doc aliniambia though hatuwezi fanya, sisi tuna deal na macho. So tunaweza kurefer to a certain doctor hapo retina specialist. So walinipea appointment, nikajaribu kumtafuta, sikumpata. So najua pia nilikuwa nyumbani, niko na watoto.
Dunia imenyamaza.
Dunia stand still. Yeah. So ukienda osi unataka pesa. So you have to uombe watu wawili watatu familia wakuchangie maybe fare ya kwenda osi. So mostly family friends ndio walikuwa wananisaidia nikiwa nyumbani. Yes. So after that hiyo 2020 yote kuisha 2020 tunaingia 2021.
Yes.
Barabara zikafunguliwa, nikasema wacha nirudi Nairobi. So by back then wakati nilikuwa narudi Nairobi, nilirudi peke yangu.
Ite mko nyumbani, mlikuwa na mzee ulimwacha Nairobi?
Cause nikikuja kwa midi mtoto shule, tulienda na yeye.
Yes.
But kumbe wakati tulikuwa hapa na yeye, sikujua she has another lady. Alificha.
Mkiwa tu huko Kisumu?
Yes, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Nilikuwa nafikiri pengine alibaki Nairobi akaamua umekaa nyumbani miaka mingi, miezi imeenda. Mlikuwa pamoja? Tulikuwa pamoja but hatukuwa in good terms. Cause wakati nilikuwa huko Nairobi, tulianza that affliction ya kukuwa na peace. Cause wakati nilianza kupoteza macho, unaona anaweza toka, anarudi maybe later was, amepata pesa, mwezi naweza isha, umuuliza kwani rada ni gani? Nimeona umefanya kazi, hujanipea chochote. Na by that time nilikuwa napata support from job. Kidogo kidogo and family friends. So mimi pia sikuwa na mind ile pesa yake, but ilifika taxi nikasema huyu mzee ni kama ananicheza. Yes. Nika find out.
Yeah, nika find out kumbe ako na another lady. So nikirudi hapa Nairobi, si nilimwacha nyumbani. Akaleta the lady. So
kwa ile nyumba yenu hapa Nairobi?
Yeah, nyumbani.
Ya nyumbani. Sasa wewe umetoka.
Yeah, so the moment nilikosa daktari, my brother, our first born anaitwa George, I normally appreciate him sana. Akaniambia, Bingu umekosa daktari hapa Kisumu, wacha nikulink na another lady anafanya KU, kama naweza kukusaidia. So alinilink na huyo lady. So the moment nilikuwa nakuja huku, nikakuja, niko na kijana ako shule, mdogo pia kwa hapa. Sina macho, I have to eat. Mtoto lazima aende shule. So it was not easy. So the moment nilirudi huku, though still bado nilikuwa napata support from friends
and
families. My chairman Mr. Ugutu, yeye pia alikuwa anajaribu hapa na pale, akipata kidogo analeta tunakula na watoto. So nikaenda KU, nikaona daktari, akaangalia akasema hii tumor yako though imegrow sana, we have to tuichome. Then nikamuuliza sasa kuichoma ni pesa ngapi? Akaniambia the bill is around 1.5. List ni 1.2. Yes. Nikamuuliza hii pesa utatoa wapi? Yet I'm a single mother. Watoto wanafaa wakule, wavae nguo, waende shule. Yule mwingine pia nataka pocket money. Unategemea tu friends and families. Nikasema utanisaidia aje? Akaniambia naweza nikakusaidia nayo. By that time my NHIF ilikuwa active. Akaniambia unaweza pata dawa ya kuisuppress isigrow. So utume tu hizi dawa, consistency usiache, ndo itakusaidia. So nilikuwa naendanga clinic monthly, maybe nikitaka kwenda clinic nitaongea na a very good friend of mine, tulikuwa tunafanya naye kazi. Namwambia, Agwanda leo nataka kwenda kazi, si unisaidie. Atakuja hapa na gari, anichukue, anipeleke KU, nipe consultation fee nilipe, niandikiwe madawa then nirudi. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
So you've been on those meds all this time. Did you ever get to have the surgery done?
No. Ilifika at a point I can't, cause the guy mwenye alikuwa ananisaidia pia alikuwa na issue yake 1 2 3 aka pull out. So hiyo 2021 2022 my dad akapass. Yes. So nikaenda nyumbani nikamzika. Sikumuona. Yeah. My mother ndio nilimuona cause my mother alipass 2017. So with na hii situation yangu nikaenda nikazika my dad, nikarudi Nairobi tena. So the moment nilirudi, I normally appreciate her by the name Jackie, tulikuwa tunafanya naye job. A certain day akanipigia tu akaniambia, Tina ukaje? Nikamwambia niko poa. Unaendelea aje? Nikamwambia mimi niko. Matibabu? Nikamwambia bado. Akaniambia sawa, I'll just talk to my bosses tuone venye tutakusaidia. So by God grace hiyo wiki akakuja kwangu kwa nyumba. Huwa namshukuru sana, kanileta 1 2 3 shopping kidogo. Akaniambia tunataka kukusaidia kidogo. Nikamwambia nitashukuru. So hapo ndo walianza kunibaia dawa. Yeah, because daktari aliniambia the moment unameza zile dawa you have to eat. Yes. Yeah. Waliniambia you have to eat a lot of cereals and fruits. Because hiyo tumor inafanyanga hormonal balances zako zinarudi chini. So you have to eat fruits and a lot of cereals and veggies.
Yes.
So alikuwa nakujanga monthly, amenibaia dawa, amenifanyia ka shopping kadogo. Yes. Jackie.
Yeah.
Yo, so I used to appreciate her because every month anakuja, anakuja. So ilifika ata extend yeye pia mtoto wake akagonjeka. Alikuwa anafaa fanyiwe goti ya surgery. So alipull out kidogo. But mali alinishikilia ilikuwa nzuri because alikuwa ananishikilia. Ogutu pia kipata 1 2 3 anakusaidia. Yeah, ananisaidia, ananiletea friends kidogo, families kidogo. So hivyo ndio nilikuwa na survive.
Nikuulize Tina.
Yes.
Uko na watoto? Uko na mzee amepata your former ex-husband sasa? Ako na bibi mpya huko Ushago. Wanaishi huko. Atachunga watoto? School fees, kile mnakula, rent, hizo vitu zinatoka wapi ama alicut off kabisa hataki hiyo maneno?
The moment alikuwa nyumbani and secondly I normally appreciate my landlord. Alikuwa ananielewa.
Okay.
Yes. So mambo na rent haikuwa inanisumbua sana. So kwa nilikuwa inanisumbua zaidi ni chakula, stima, kwa sisi kwa giza. Chakula, stima na hizo vitu. School fees nini. So Kenya ilinisaidia wakati nilikuwa nafanya kazi after kusimamishwa kazi juu sasa siwezi enda kazi. Wacha nishukuru my boss anaitwa Mr. Sada. Alinisaidia kwa wakati kijana alikuwa na join secondly. Kuna role kubwa li play. Alinilipia fee from form 1 form 2. Mimi pia zilikuwa nimesave kidogo. Nilimlipia so nilimsukuma mpaka form 3. Yeah. So kufika form 3 hapo katikati ya mwaka. So hakuna venye nitalipa fee. So ilibidi nimtoe boarding school, nimrudishe day school. Akaenda kwa auntie yake. Huko ndiye alifanya form 4. But I normally huwa naambianga Mungu asante because alipita mtihani vizuri. Yes, alipasua. Juu sikujua anaweza pasua cause alikuwa stressed up.
Yeah.
Akiniangalia analia, the kijana mdogo pia kitoka shule. Hajatoa tabaki chini. Atakuja nilalie kwa kifua, alie kidogo ndio atoe uniform. So nilikuwa na mabenga tu, baba tulia, all will be well. Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God. Zulu.
Wow. You know, Mwikali, there's something funny about dating and how we choose partners. We marry in the sunshine, but sometimes after we marry, we may go into the darkness. Yes. And I told you the other day, it's very hard. It's very counterintuitive. When you're having coffee dates, butterflies, jingles, it's very hard to imagine when I fall sick, how will this person behave? Should life turn the other way? How loyal is this person? Whenever you look at kama many of us tumebebwa na nduthi zinakuanga na kaside mirror kameandikwa objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. You remember that notice? Let me tell you, during dating, disaster is closer than it appears. Hata wakati mnapoimba na and all that fun, kumbuka unaposign na huyu mtu, you are signing with a fighting mate. We are wishing you the best, but please, I'm not a prophet of doom. Don't say that guy keep predicting problems. I've just lived long enough to know that everybody has an assigned challenge. I just want you, Mwikali, I may not, and I don't want to promise my wife, you will never struggle with anything. The only promise I can make is, you will never face anything alone. Can you make sure you marry a person who promises you, whatever you go through, we will go through it, the two of us. I'll be next to you in whatever we go through. And sometimes ule mtu amekuwa diagnosed, Mwikali nilikwambia huwa tunampoint fingers. Wewe hujui ni nini kinakufuata. Wakati mpoint na kidole tatu zinakuelekeza. Sometimes your test arrives first, then their triumph arrives next. Wewe wakati majaribu yako imefika, kama mambo imekutendekea like our sister Tina here, ule mwingine anasema nipea ni mtu mwingine. What do you know is ahead of you?
You don't know.
Wewe mtihani wako hujaisha. Wakati mwingine I think Mwikali, I want to give you a quick way to test whether the person you're with is capable of being loyal.
Thank you.
I want you to do this tried and tested filter.
Yes.
And when you don't get conviction, wakati uko sure, leave it alone. Number one is, I want you to hear their opinions about people who suffered disasters. One guy was seated in front of the TV. They were watching with a lady who was falling in love, thinking of marrying. And then a story came up there. A lady who had hit the husband and disappeared was arrested. The lady amekaa baadaye akasema, mimi hawezi nishika. Ati mumeona story, mwanamke aligonga jamaa kwa maututi na polisi finally wamemshika. Comment ya girlfriend yako ni? Not sympathy to the victim.
Yeah.
They just identify with the aggressor. These small opinions reveal the heart. Psychology says people never tell you directly who they are. They reveal it unconsciously.
Yes.
Tina hajatueleza stories mingi, lakini labda alikuwa amevumilia many red flags.
Yeah.
Labda alikuwa ameoverlook vitu akisema atakuwa better, ataget better. You know, hope is a dangerous drug. You see red flags, but because you are in love, tukiona atakuwa serious. Ukimpatia mtoto atabadilika. Ukimpeleka nyumbani atakuwa poa. We have a lot of hopes.
Yes.
Because when you accept red flag, itabidi change your life. And it changes traumatizing. Sasa nitarudi sokoni tena. Sasa kujiintroduce tena. And my naitwa Benja, napenda blue color. You know, nobody wants to go through that. What's your favorite food? Where did you go to school? Sometimes unajaribu kucorrect hii red flag, unaipaint pink. So that's one test. That's one test. Listen to their opinions about other people's disasters. And the second test that is very simple is, usiombe upate shida, lakini kale ka situation kata kupata, when you get a small situation during talking stage and dating, throw it to them, see how much they drop everything to come and help you. Usually it is not a disaster. It's just that you delayed, you need a taxi, you are caught in the rain, or you're frustrated at the bank, some people are not helping you. These small disappointments of life. How people do one thing is how they do everything. So don't wait for disasters like this one. I tell you the truth, most of the friends who betrayed you, relatives who you kept inviting back to your life, the people who let you down, have been showing you in small scale. I was showing my wife how to play keyboard. I was telling her keyboard looks intimidating because it's very big. But the secret to keyboard is it has a set of keys, a set of keys, set of keys. Each keys are the same and they're played the same way. It's just different notch. Same rules going up different notches. Life is like that. Sahi mko dating, mkanaongea lovey-dovey, and then you ran out small short of money, 100, some money they can get. And they just held them back. They can't help you with 100 shillings, they will not help you with 100 million. Yeah. My friend. My friend. And we have seen on movies, we are walking in Kali, it begins to rain, natolea jacket, nampea. In a movie, it is very enticing. But you know, even real life, has situation like that, a person couldn't suffer. Because my wife has hair she went to salon for. Which hair am I protecting myself, you know? This jacket, you better protect that hair. Some of us don't even have the hairline, forget the hair. So, okay, some guys have hair to protect. I'm not refusing. Wanaenda salon pamoja na bibi yake. Sorry, oh, sorry, bro. So it may not just be hair and jacket. Mwikali, sometimes people argue, is it your wife or your mother who should sit at the front seat of the car? And I tell them, don't look at the car, look at the heart.
Yes.
Because when our mother is unwell, my wife will not insist. Wacha nikae hapa, you say the woman is she needs more comfort. Wacha akae pale. You see, sometimes you're already traveling with my mother when you're picking my wife on the road. Sasa ndaanza kuswap. Toka wewe ndio ingia hapa, wewe ndio unakaanga hapa. You know. And then tunaenda hadi wapi, mmoja mnampeleka pale next. Ataanza kukaa hapa mbele. You know, sometimes also you have stories. Tumekujia mami tumtembelee. Let me tell you, it may not be the car seat. It may be the small inconveniences they incur for your sake. Munangoja gari state na gari inakuja kwa nafasi mtu mmoja peke yake na mvua inakuja, hizi ni gari za mwisho. Does it tell you just ingia ndani? Some guys were playing a prank and they met the guy and the girl. A prank, but they were acting like robbers. So that when but it's a prank, they're filming it. And then this lady was shown on real, it was filmed for her evidence. Because the guy was like, mkora jamaa alishika msichana akamrusha kwa hiyo mkora naye akatoroka. You know, it was a prank, but it was such a revelation. Yes. Should the situation come, atakurusha kwa hiyo shida ajiondoe kwa ngori. The second test is always check those small situations on inconveniences when they come. Actually, one problem with men that you can see, women also have it, but for men is the most frequent, bad temper. One of these days, I want you not to arrive on date on time. Kaa pale kando na ujicheleweshe kidogo na 10 minutes. Na umutazame sura anavyokasirika kama hakuoni. Na uongee na simu uone facial expression. What you see during dating is what you see akumulikaya mchana usiku atakuchoma. When he is getting heated up and he has not married you, when he married you, you hit. Not heated, you hit. So I want you to be careful. And lastly, the other thing is to get experiences from those who have already gone through it and they tell you what already amounts to what. For example, when a woman has a lot of traumas in her past, she has not been validated, she has been taken advantage of, and she has a general negative attitude towards life. She thinks she's victim, things always go south for her. Should you fall sick, she will feel that same gap, that my things never work, and that crying, even that, she will not rise to stand up and hero for the family. She already has a negative expectation of life. That is not an obvious thing that you can tell now because you have not lived long enough. The solution for this is get coaching and mentors who can tell you what usually amounts to what. Follow up teachers online. Nowadays, Nation is in my WhatsApp, WhatsApp channels. Yeah. Teachers, you don't need to go to them. They're coming to you on WhatsApp. But some of us are so lazy. We're using that WhatsApp to check TikTok people shaking what their mama gave them. You have the same social media, but you're looking nyash, just being shaken. Instead of looking for things that can wake you up, you're looking things that can shake you up. Can you arise the right things? You know. You need to be awakened. So brothers, go online for what awakens you, not what arouses you. So I meant to say... to say the same phone can be a university, yes, or it can be a disaster. You use the phone to listen to sermons or watch pornography. You use the same phone to watch a person. I like the Faith Kipyegon, the Beatles debate stories. They became greatest of all time. But Kenyans, we are so presumptuous. We don't celebrate Faith Kipyegon. We gossip on the one who broke up with who. We're looking for breakup story. Faith broke records. She's the first woman of all time to win the same thing 4 times. And none of you even know. The problem with being close... The problem with being close to such a tall tree, you don't see how tall it is. Have you ever realized that? Yes. When you're right under the tall tree, you don't know how high it is. Only those who are far. Don't miss the greatness because you're not following the right channels. I mean, of course, we do follow. You guys who are here are curious. But I'm just saying, most of us, we want to follow gossip, not triumph. How to not marry traitors is study, listen to stories of treachery. Those who betrayed, what did they overlook? The lady said she was trying to help her sister, only to realize the sister was already the co-wife. University student. And then you are 40-something, you're brought out to your place, and then she wants a quick life, she wants to work so hard, and this guy's in here, I'm also a woman like you, you know. And then she landed in a cruel way because the lady got pregnant, thinking it's her boyfriend, she went to visit the child. Oh my gosh, she got to kusaidia, kupata huyo mtoto ni copyright huyu wake. So sometimes you have these stories from other Mwikalis, and you learn what usually adds up to what. When you tell your husband, you know, I don't like the way my sisters are not, anamtetea kila time, anamudefend. Those are small things, you know. But a man should always stand with the wife, whether she's wrong or right. You always defend your wife. When she has made decisions about her stuff and whoever she is, support her in that. Let her, akikuuliza opinion generally and you have a different opinion, you can tender it in privacy. You do not disagree with your wife in front of anybody else. You don't say in front of anybody else. And by the way, we said, nannies, house girls are your wife's staff. They are your wife's employees. You have no business with them. You have no business asking her for this. And you said, if you like the food and it was cooked by the maid, but you congratulate the mistress of the house. Not the maid, because she's the one supervising the cooking. She's the one ordering what is being cooked. You give the compliment. The food was so sweet. The salt can be more or less. So you are Papa. Hey, Papa Nani, what else? Sorry, to talk to your wife. This is not your wife. Don't open these channels to tell you. Study those who have gone through life, and they'll tell you signs of treachery.
Oh my goodness. Mmeandika hizo 4 points. Mmeandika mwa Kenya. Mnajua hizo points. Ya kwanza ilikuwa nini?
Sasa uko na ile shida kidogo, unamtafuta.
Tumtafuta tukiwa na shida kidogo. Microphone iko na nani? Ama tujapatiwa microphones bado. But we'll definitely come back to get the feedback from you and what things you've learned. Sijui kama hiyo ndio imekugusa kabisa. Hiyo imekugusa. A question we are asking you today is, what do you hold on to when life takes away what you value the most? What do you hold on to when life takes away what you value the most? NTV Kenya on all our social media platforms. We're going to take a quick break. When you come back, we will open up the floor to have questions asked to Tina and Zulu as well. So don't go too far. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Elevate Show. Tina has taken the time to take us through her journey. We're heart-wrenching. But I also love the fact that you're here with us today, Tina, and that you're sharing this story with us.
Thank you.
With a lot of boldness. Sijaona hata kutetemeka kidogo hivi. Kuanisha uko gangari na support system pia umekuwa nayo all along yenye inakushikilia, inaku-encourage. Like you said earlier, you didn't even come here today alone, which is just to show that uko na watu wenye wanasimama na wewe.
Yes, nataka appreciate my sister Evelyn Natieno.
Yes.
Amekuwa pamoja na mimi kwa hii safari yote. Hata nikitaka kwenda mahali atanishikilia mkono. Then secondly, na appreciate David Ogutu. Amekuwa kama caregiver wangu. Juu amekuwa close na mimi sana. Pia amekuwa akinisaidia, akinishikilia mkono. Then thirdly, naweza appreciate CHPs na
Aone akina nani?
CHPs, Community Health Promoters.
Usiniangalie. Mimi sijui. Asante.
Yes, Community Health Promoters wenye wamekuja, wenye wamekam through kunisaidia, na marafiki, my in-laws wamekuwa there for me. Everybody who has been there for me. No, appreciate tu sana.
That's really nice. Thank you.
Yes.
Tumefungua floor watu wakuulize maswali. Tina, uko tayari?
I'm ready.
Yeah, fantastic. So tuanze pale juu tukiteremka chini. Catherine?
Hi everyone.
Hi.
This is Mrembo Mcheshi Kananu Catherine. Tina, I really love your strength.
Thank you.
I really love the way you are starting tall despite what you've been through.
Thank you.
And you are giving somebody somewhere hope to move on. Now, during this journey, you are taking care of your kids. You can't even see them. There's some things you cannot even be able to do on your own. What is that thing that maybe has inspired you the most? And maybe it can be a wake-up call to another person. And then to Zulu. I really wonder what normally happens to these men who they will either abandon their wives completely, or maybe when somebody is sick in the hospital, simply because somebody has been admitted in the hospital, they will just decide they will never even go visit that person. Now that is the time they have the opportunity to do the don'ts out there. So I really don't know what is the problem. Ni maumbile, ni kukua kichwa ngumu, ni kukua heartless. I don't...
Ni mimi. All right. Tuanze na wewe Tina, Yesu lemekuuliza.
Once again nimesema asante sana. Kenya imefanya bado naendelea na hii safari. First and foremost ni watoto wangu. Juu mostly nikawaangalia nasema twasimu tu sasa nimewacha. Being I'm partially blind siwaoni. Nani atawashughulikia? So nikiwaona hiyo Kenya wanani weka sana. And secondly nataka ku appreciate Dada sisters. They have been there for me. Wanani support. Secondly, Dada sisters wali partnership na somo. Nikapelekwa classes ya entrepreneurship. So kuliko kukaa pale kwa nyumba, naeza enda pale being sioni but naeza sikia na learn something. Yes. So naenda pale tunasoma, at the end of the day naeza pata kitu kidogo inanishikilia. So they have been there for me. Hao ndio wananipea support hadi nikasoma the entrepreneurship classes, nikamaliza. I have the certificate. Thirdly,
congratulations.
Thank you. Thirdly, Kenya na appreciate Kenya ni pull back because the moment nilipoteza eyesight nikajifikiria itafika tapote nikasema wacha nijiue. Nikasema no. Nikijiwa sasa nikikufa watoto wangu watabaki na nani? So Kenya imefanya bado ni watoto wangu. Secondly ni Mungu because God has been there for me. Na amenipea favor, naweza pata moja mbili tatu tunaweza jistili nayo kwa nyumba. Yeah. Then Kenya naweza sema being my husband alitoka for the first ugonjwa hiyo ya spine surgery. Hiyo ugonjwa yote then nikapoteza eyesight. He was there for me. So the moment nilipoteza eyesight akanibetray. Ako on off. Sieti hayuko akijisikia kuja kuona watoto atakuja waone. Ako hayuko but mostly nakuanga tu na watoto na my sister cousin here ako hapa Evelyn na marafiki. Okay. That hiyo ndio imefanya bado naendelea na hii safari. Okay. Yes.
And I think to your question also to notice that Tina is very grateful. Notice ako na list of gratitude.
Loads of gratitude.
Wewe hauna shida lakini complain.
Hey.
Is your middle name?
Yeah.
Uko na blacklist wale wase hawakujibu message yako. You know. Tina anatufunza kukua na list ya gratitude. Tafadhali, can you throw away your grudges and replace it with gratitude? She would even have come here if she was angry with God, angry with everybody, angry. And then kuna kitu anataja ni kwa sababu ya watoto wangu. That's another way of saying I love my kids too much not to be there for them. And she's saying, those who have shown me love, thank you so much. I'm trying to show love to my children. To your question, why do men betray you like that? The problem is really that women are crowning clowns. And, you know, the real problem is that you are putting jokers in positions of kings. So they go there to perform circus. So you have a king who is performing circus. One of the countries, I think in Eastern Europe, a comedian ran for presidency as a part of a practical joke. So just imagine like Eric Omondi or somebody say, even me I'm running for president, but just as a joke, to catch attention. Unfortunately, people were already angry with the political class and they wanted change.
Yes.
So they actually voted the comedian as a practical joke. So they ended up with a president who can't occupy the presidency. He's just going to crack jokes, dance this one, go this one, be funny. So that country had a ridiculous presidency. Some of you are electing comedians as a practical joke. Because Johnny the rattlesnake is funny, he makes you to laugh. you marry him. And that guy can't lead. You get a child with him. This fella can't even come on time. But he excites you, brings fun. Akina Zulu and a board, they're so consistent. And apologize, Saraka and apeleka hasira zangu wapi. You know, the guys who are stable, they seem boring. So I'm not saying these men are right. I'm just saying some men don't deserve to be a dad. They don't deserve to be a husband. They don't deserve to be anything. Your interview criteria, you women, is abysmal. You are given the power for reproduction. You're given the power to choose who to mix your DNA with. But instead of elevating your bar, you are being merciful. At a change, naona potential, namuombea, you know, watu kuwa hivyo, nitatafuta nijioshe, tafuta ujioshe. You know, you have all this, you know, grow with your guy, you know, building map. So the kind of, that's one, the second problem is women don't discover who they are before they choose who belongs to them. So they go and they're just a girl who is just a common, imagine when you're just 24, 22 and you're just college girls, nothing is unique with you. This Mwikali in first year didn't look this unique. She most likely dated very common fellas and she's tried. Sorry, I don't have detail, but I know. Right now, she's so selective for having known who she is. If women took the time before to decide who to create children with, we would have less stories of these disasters. Yeah. Lastly, men can change. We can start well, and when you have money, he has options. Be careful with men who have, like Zulu, come from poverty background. You usually don't know how we behave with abundance. Jifunze kuoa wale wametoka kwa pesa, sawa? Jua kuwa amezizoea. Amen. Asizione ashikwe kichaa, sawa? Tafadhali. Some of us don't actually transform. We work for comfort and escape, not abundance and growth. Wealth changes the fiber of your mindset. Money teaches responsibility. Scarcity, and I've told people this, I've convinced that what drove me to work hard in school was not to conquer the world. Which world? I was just trying to get food. Please, I know it is not decent. I'm supposed to have a bigger ambition than that. But honestly, I could see women with the tattered clothes. People were dying for diseases that were preventable. Pregnancy was hell. People could die on this because there's no car to take the woman to hospital and it's raining and there is no road and she's being carried with a wheelbarrow. She dies on the wheelbarrow. So people are dying of poverty. I was trying to just save my life. I'm sorry if that's not decent enough, but I want you to know many of us, that's our story. We can't admit it. There's a change I had to go. Metamorphosis number 2 is after I'd secured the food, could I now change into a prince and a king? That's a very high calling. Only a prince can be safe with you when there's abundance. Only a king you can trust with your children when you're down. Only a man who has character and dignity and godliness and calling and the purpose and destiny. Only that kind of man you can trust with when there's abundance. Not all of us go through that second transformation. So for your own insurance, as you marry fellas, because Africa, many of us have from that kind of background. As you marry these characters, have your own security. Be able to feed yourself, eh? Be able to feed. Don't get more children that you can feed. Are we together? Usizalie manume nimemzalia. Jizalie wewe. Get your own, what you can sustain. And because the greatest cause of poverty is misaligned marriage and getting children in the wrong men. Make sure you are your own backup. Make sure you are your own backup. Get those kind of children. You don't tell him, seek trust. You just calculate in your mind that you put that negotiation during and dating. Dating is for negotiation on boardroom, not bedroom. You need to have discussions or across coffee date. Not Zooming, Instagram. Send me something sexy and camera in the wrong places. Then you send. That's not dating. Yo. That's not. And then you video call after watershed hours. Kuja tulale. Nimekusonge. That's not dating, you dummy. You need to ask questions. You need to ask questions that matter. Any man who is anatomically normal, any woman who is biologically functioning can excite you. All women look good in a certain angle of view. So stop saying you'll be shown the camera. Why are you being idiot? Any woman can excite you. So instead, check the mindset, check the values, check who you are joining with, and then set your bar. I only want this kind of children, number of children, the kind of life I want to live with. Find until you get a person who wants the 2 or 3 you want. Yes.
Yep. Woo! Haya, swali la pili.
My name is Christina Nguba, and Tina, you are a great woman. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for being consistent in being the mother of your child. You have a purpose. Yeah. So my question is, you have really mentioned a lot of people who are there for you. What role did the church play in your situation.
All right.
Wow, so direct. Hiyo imetoka mahali.
Okay, good question.
Church may play a big role for me.
Okay.
Yes. Because back then, ilifika at a point, nilikuwa nauliza Mungu, why me? Why now? So nilienda pull back, nikaacha church. Na nilikaa kwa nyumba for long kama siendi church. I can't lie. Yeah. So kulikuwa na organization, walikuwa na Gita Bucket Ministries. Yeah. Walikuwa wanatusupplyia hizi buckets za kuchuja maji ya kunywa. So walikuwa wanatembea door to door. So wakati walikuwa wanatembea door to door, wakafika kwangu and they used to preach. So walikuwa wanakuja, wanakueleza muhimu wa indo venye inakusaidia kuchuja maji, because you know Kibera pipes za maji zinapita everywhere. Yeah. So walikuwa wanaona tunachota tu maji from tap direct na tunakunywa. Yeah. So ile bucket ilikuwa na sieve ya kusieve maji, inachuja zile uchafu. So wakati walikuwa wanakuja kwangu, I can remember the lady by the name Jemima. Alikuwa naomba kwa church ya Deliverance Church, Kibera South. So wakati walikuwa wanakuja follow up, walikuja wakanihubiria. Walikuwa wanakuja follow up. The moment waliniachia ndoo, so walikuwa wanaambia wanakuja follow up maybe once in a week or twice in a week. So wakati walikuwa wanakuja, wana preach, tunaomba, hivyo. Au ndo walinivuta kwa kanisa. Then Jemima kaniambia, Tina, leo tuna baptize tu watu. Unaweza kuja. Nikamwambia being nimekaa mbali sana na Mungu. Then secondly niko kwa nyumba. Sioni kwa nini yeah. Because naona huyu Mungu ameniacha. Yeah. But let me go back to God. Maybe Mungu alikuwa na sababu. He has a reason why alinieka being blind. He has a purpose for me. Yeah. So wacha tu niende huko nibatizwe. Akakuja akanichukua. Baadaye alinilipia bodaboda. Akanilipia bodaboda nikaenda nikakuwa baptized. From that day ndo nilianza kwenda church. And being nilikuwa naenda church, walikuwa wanani support. Yes. Maybe wakuje wanipe tu chakula, vitu utilities hizi ndogo. Yeah, they have been there for me. Absolutely. Yeah, even my pastor anaitwa Vincent Wanga, he has been there for me. The whole church. Yeah. They have been there for me because the moment nilijoin somo nikasoma nikapata hiyo entrepreneurship. Yeah. Kwa hiyo organization yetu ya Dama walikuwa wanamenta wa mama. So walinimenta wakanifundisha kukaanga njugu. Yes. So sina macho but I can do it. So nikiwa na watoto wangu nitawatuma njugu wanisaidie kudondoa nikaange na pack, then my sister Evelyn atanisaidia kuzichoma. So niliona kukaa idle. Unajua the moment umeka idle unafikiria mambo mengi. So waliamua kuniweka busy kidogo. So pasi wangu aliniuliza, Tina, what can you do for now? Yeah. Nikamwambia pasi niko na talent kidogo. Niko na skills kidogo ya kupika njugu. Akaniambia, can you support you? Nikamwambia yes. Wakani support kidogo. Then my chairman akakam through pia kani support kidogo. Yes. So nilikuwa nanunua njugu. First walinibaia njugu, jiko, the charcoal and hizo vitu zote. Yes. So nikakaanga njugu nikapeleka church. So customers wengi mostly ni wa church and my neighbors. Yes, wenye wanajua natengeneza njugu. So being ni kidogo, it's hand to mouth but inanisaidia kidogo, though it's not enough. But inanisaidia, but church may play a big role. I'm still there. Bado naomba na wao.
Very important question. Thank you. We have another one.
My name is Boniface Mlinga. And kwa lugha ya mtaani siku hizi tunasema kwa kinandoa na ni kutriki sana. So,
ndoa ni kutriki.
yeah. So my question is to Mr. Zulu. According to the Bible, Ephesians, specifically Ephesians 5:31.
Mtoto wa Sunday school.
Sunday school. 31 umesema.
Nilichukua notes.
Very nice.
Inaongelelea kuhusu wawili wakikuja watakuwa kitu kimoja. So it actually means that ndoa ni kitu imebarikiwa na Mwenyezi Mungu, right? So kwa hizi divorces ni watu wajui kuomba ama shida inaweza kuwa nini kwa watu wenye divorce ina wahapenia, because kuna place ingine inasema acha saa nitetee men. He who finds a good woman finds favor in the eyes of the Lord. So tunafaa kuomba aje Mr. Zulu kwa sababu unaona uko na pete kwanza. tunafaa kupiga magoti tukiangalia set gani. And to Tina,
Yes.
Mungu nakuombea tu pia mimi, Mungu akuponye.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So, Bwana Mulingi, I think that's a very important question. First of all, you cannot live far away from God, then when you get ready to marry, unakuja kumrudisha one of his daughters. You can't con God like that. So one reason God is letting you marry your type is so that you can taste life away from him. You don't attract who you want, you attract who you are. If you want to marry a good woman, be a good guy. As you write the list of what the qualities of a woman should have, turn the paper upside down and write the qualities you have, knowing that if she's virtuous, preserved, principled, she will also expect a man who is a leader-like. Sometimes I tell women to stop talking about tall, dark, handsome, when you yourself, you are the opposite of all that. The tall, dark, handsome will also have requirements. I don't want to give details, as I'm not stoned. But generally, women say tall, they mean taller than me. That's usually what they mean. So wanaume msifeel vibaya kama una hiyo height mingi. Bora tu kuna inch moja above. That's tall for them. And also another comparison for tall is a thick wallet. Ukikalia thick wallet, you really, the height is compensated. So make sure kama una hiyo, kuna ingine. So bro, to find the right woman, the previous 10 years, I usually tell sons to start from 15. Come, if you hear me this when you're young, it takes you 10 years to become a man of learning, of mentorship, of internalizing content, of learning how to interpret matters. This boy has spoken and you can hear he has maturity.
Yes.
He remembers scripture, he can pin questions. He is not starting today. He has been curious for some years. And he's still young, mid-20s, right? So give yourself 3, 4, 5 more years. And by the time you're reaching 27, 28, you've had 10 years in this kind of forums. Books. Me, I had a stack of notebooks. When I sat across that girl and I talked, she was amazed. You mean there are men like you who have this kind of life and depth and single? You should amaze, sweep her off your feet. Not just with money. If you have money, congratulations. But sometimes many of us are not coming for money. But please come with another wealth of knowledge, wealth of character, wealth of leadership, wealth of being fun to be with. Some men are so gloomy, nobody can marry them. Women want a serious relationship, but not a gloomy relationship. You should be serious in life, but fun to be with, okay? If you can't make a woman laugh, she won't love you. Women usually fall in love as they laugh. If you can't make them laugh, they won't fall in love. You see? So love is supposed to be like a dance. I know you're trying to dance seriously. Me, I'm just serious. Dance seriously, No, love is like a dance. So also be fun with, have wealth of character. So, and then don't behave like you are scarce. You're looking for every woman to sleep with. Ukichat na okay, wacha kupeleka conversation. Show me something sexy, At least a big conversational that one is ongea na wewe bila kukua on guard. To chat with the men is hard. You don't know which one. It's a trap. Every text is a setup. The other thing, they're asking this for a follow-up to pin you. So you have to be careful to think it twice. Be the kind of guy women can chat with freely, knowing you are principled. And even at work, the women around you, they know, they can't just come flirting with you or, once they know not every woman can have you, you earn respect. The day you try to approach her for marriage, even if she won't accept you, she will respect you and encourage you to keep searching. Because she knows you're the type of gentleman, leader, dependable man a woman can be soft with. To close, whenever you see a girl... Whenever you see a woman behaving childlike, it's because she has a man in her life. Ooh. When you see a woman behaving like a mother, it's because she has a boy in her life. Be the kind of man a woman can be a child around.
Hey! Thank you so much, Zulu, for that. You are hitting where we need the hitting. And you can see the response as well. True. But as we come to the end of this, maybe Tina unaweza tupatia your parting shot kabla tufungiwe na Zulu. ungetaka kusema nini kwa nani? Pengine ni shukurani zaidi ama pengine lessons that you've learned over life and time as well.
Asante sana. Yes, my parting shot, nitaongea tu kidogo. Because by back then, wacha nirudi nyuma kidogo to my parting shot. Wakati nilikuwa sawa, tulikuwa sawa. Sikudhani anaweza ni betray.
Vile alifanya.
Yes. But being alini betray, all in all, bado ni baba wa watoto wangu. As amekuwa pale kwa watoto wake, though ako on off, but bado namu-appreciate kama baba watoto wangu. Yes. Then secondly, naeza appreciate Mr. David Ogutu, my caregiver. He has been there for me. Ameplay a big role kwa maisha yangu. Thirdly, naeza appreciate kanisa, small institution wenye wamesimama na mimi until now. Siwezi wataja wote. Yes, but kenye naeza waambia na wa-appreciate tu. Mungu awasaidie, Mungu awabariki. Cause pale kijijini, pale kwa mtaa, si rahisi kwa wamama. Cause pale kuna maugonjwa, wamama ni wagonjwa, single mothers. Yani poverty iko pale, so haijakuwa rahisi. Sasa tunaiongelelea hapa. But ukienda pale kwa ground, it is si rahisi. Then watu wanaonanga siwe hata kuna disability, hakuna Kenya anaweza fanya. Watu wanakudharau ile stigma yenye iko kwa kijiji. Ni unavumilia tu. So mimi nilijipea courage. Nikasema disability is not inability. Kama Mungu amenipea uzima, I can do 1 2 3. Amenipea favor. I still appreciate that God. So nataka tu kwa shukuru wote. Yes, so when you may play big role kwa maisha yangu, masomo ya watoto, my health, though haijakuwa rahisi, but
hujakuwa peke yako.
Sijakuwa peke yangu, nimekuwa na wenye wamenishikilia, wenye wako na mimi. Though si rahisi vile, cause kama nao kijana nataka fee, mdogo yule pia nataka school fees. Nataka ni kule ka medication kidogo suppress that tumor. Nimekawia kumeza dawa. So can I request?
Yes.
So I can request kama Kenyans can come through, wanisaidie kulingana na hii state niko. They can just nisaidia, maybe corporates, donors, any institutions yenye inaweza come through, inisaidie kwa matibabu, masomo ya watoto. Yes, 2 things ndio naomba, matibabu na masomo ya watoto. Because wanasema health is wealth. Yes, so if they can come through, they can reach out.
How can they reach out to you, Tina? Is there a number that you can give out?
Yes, I have a number. And can I?
Yes, please.
My number is 0710 474 574.
Tupatie tena.
0710 474 574. Then we have a pay bill number.
Okay.
Yes. Siwezi soma, but then
Kaieka.
Yeah.
Sawa.
So nimewashukuru.
Asante sana.
Barikiwe kabisa.
Yeah.
Nime-appreciate na Mungu awabariki.
Asante.
Yes. Zole.
On behalf of Tina and other women who have had to go through this, men have also been betrayed, but we have conversations for men, sometimes go to women. Just a quick note, woman. When you go to dating and a man is praising what a strong woman you are, run away.
Oof.
You need a man who knows you're strong, but he does not allow you to be strong. He is strong for you. He wants a support. He does not. When he is praising your strength, he wants you to be strong for him so that he can be weak. When you become masculine, strong, leading, you attract feminine, weak, following men. Just to encourage you that some of us grew with very strong women because they were the father and the mother.
Yes.
And then you learned as if that's a way of life. Your mother is silently breaking down and frustrated and resented, and she does not tell you that. Don't borrow that. Find a man who knows you can do everything by yourself, but he will never allow you to do the things by yourself.
Absolutely. Thanks, Zulu. Well, we've come to the end of this conversation. Tina, thank you so much for turning pain into purpose by you being here today and sharing your story, because it's easy for us to lose sight of what value we bring to the world when we've lost what we value the most. But thank you for reminding us that we need to look inward and be grateful for the things and the blessings that are in our lives. Na tuache kucomplain kama venye tuliambiwa. Na turn grudges into gratitude. Thank you so much. That is all we had for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you next week, Tuesday, same time, same place. Adios.